we go down to the PSAC, fellas. Not one, two ridiculous upsets inside of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference this week. Gannon and Seton Hill defeat Slippery Rock and Cal PA respectfully. Two games that, again, if you would have told me this was the outcome a week ago, I actually don't know what I would have told you. It probably would have been to seek some type of medical assistance.
Mm-hmm. These two, Slippery Rock and Cal, had some huge wins on the year going up, and they were climbing in the rankings. And this just shows the competitiveness of the PSAC. It kind of be like anyone's game any week. And now this has completely shaken up the top 25, completely shaken up the PSAC standings. It's pretty ridiculous. I was shocked to see this when you put this in the rundown and when I was looking at the scores over the weekend. Shocked.
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you, man. This Gannon squad, to illustrate it for you, Gannon, the Knights, 0-4 to start 2025. This is not a team that has shown a whole lot of promise inside of this season, and Gannon historically, maybe albeit not the front runner inside of the PSAC in recent history, has been a team to go out and pull off some of these type of wins. This year did not look like they had that in the tank. They had lost the last 10 games since Slippery Rock, which they're probably not the only team in that category. Slippery Rock has been so dominant historically inside of this conference. But Gannon, in their defense especially, 3 turnovers total on the day. Fellas, this one right here, the big one, the game-winning interception from Donovan Faria here for the Knights as they storm the field at home. And that would be the one that sealed the deal for Gannon. Slippery Rock, they outgained Gannon 540 yards to 438, but the Golden Knights 12-minute advantage in the time of possession battle, 36 minutes to 24. That, to me, along with the turnovers, really hard to overcome those kind of box score numbers, if you will.
I think, the turnovers definitely speak to the game, right? Like, when you're a good team like Slippery Rock is and a good program that just went on a run a year ago, right? Like, what it takes to win games, and you can't necessarily like look over somebody, right? At the end of the day, any given Saturday, like a team like Gannon's going to show up and give you the best they got. The margin of error for Gannon is going to be slim, right? So now all of a sudden you cause 3 turnovers, like you're now putting foot to the pedal, right? And we're going now. Like we're in it. And then at that point it comes to, hey, best team's going to win today, right? Yeah. Like, do we think that if these teams were to play each other one more time later in the year, all of a sudden like that, like they miraculously, we know they won't, but all of a sudden if they did, would I play Slippery Rock? Yes. But at the end of the day, if Gannon's going to show up the way they are, even with 0-4, knowing they got nothing to lose, good for them. Like the Knights, like holding a team like Slippery Rock to like the turnovers, the time of possession, like you talked about, Kobe, that's just like the perfect storm for an upset.
Yeah, you level the playing field, right? And you give
Absolutely.
them that confidence. A team that is 0-4 like that, looking for a first win, and one that, let's be honest, we've both been on teams that have gone into games where we knew the outcome was most likely not favorable.
Yeah, unless you played perfect. Absolutely.
Exactly. Until someone makes a mistake on the other side and then compounds that mistake by doing it again, and all of a sudden you're breathing life into this Gannon sideline. Slippery Rock, back-to-back regular season losses for the first time since 2017, boys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a stat.
Who do they have coming up this week? Do we know?
Slippery Rock?
Yes.
That I can find out for you. That is, they're actually going to Seton Hill, who we're going to talk about here in just a second. So you can see that one of two ways. Seton Hill coming off of a massive upset over this Cal PA squad. Can they double up on that momentum? Very much trending upward. Slippery Rock coming off of one of the worst losses in recent history for the Rock. Can they bounce back? Two teams opposite trajectories, if you will. This Seton Hill team, they outscored the Vulcans 10-0 in the fourth quarter to pick up this win, forced a fumble on the opening kickoff. So not that this was necessarily a wire-to-wire victory, but it felt like at every point along the way, the Griffins were making plays. Kevin May, the head coach of this Griffins team, he's in his 7th year at Seton Hill. This is his first, though, as the head coach, fellas. So I thought that was definitely a noteworthy one. And again, both these guys, Slippery Rock, Cal PA, the two of the powers so far in the PSAC, just having an off week at the same time, and now all of a sudden Kutztown feels like the team
Yeah.
in Super Region number 1.
Yeah, they might be running away with the PSAC after this week, man. Have you guys ever been on a team or in a game where you fumble the opening kickoff, or your team fumbles the opening kickoff? Because that has to be
I did.
so deflating.
I fumbled
No.
the opening kickoff against Lake Orion our freshman year.
How'd you feel? Oh boy.
Brutal. That was horrible.
I mean,
That
you
was
work
terrible.
all week up to the game, kickoff. Oh, that
Yeah.
opening kickoff is probably one of the most hyped plays. Everyone's ready on both sides. And then that has just got to be so deflating, but such a momentum shift for the other team.
Yeah.
Seton Hill took advantage of it, man. I mean, you can't have those types of mistakes.
We
No,
just
you
talked
definitely
about it.
can't.
Kobe, we just talked about it with Gannon and Slippery Rock, like margin of error for these teams that aren't projected to win, right? Like the team that's trying to pull off the upset. Well, there's also a margin of error for the team that's not trying to get upset. When you set the
Sure.
tone like that immediately with turnovers, like turnovers are the ultimate like slow death for a team. You know what I mean? So if a team that's going to try to upset another team, whether it be high school, pros, college, is causing turnovers, you're breathing life into the team. That's like, yes, we can do this. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Like it's complete. That is the total, like the pulse of these last 2 games that we've talked about is the other team forcing turnovers.